Alright, so I found out just tonight that Officer Abel Ramos died last summer. He died of cancer. I have a conversation recorded between him and I on my YouTube here. The situation with Natalie Bollinger. I still speak out about it to this day because of the abuse that I continue to endure to this day. Being assaulted by police, being assaulted by the public, that was just a start. The fact that I have no money as a result of it. That I'm forced into poverty because of it. Extreme poverty. I mean, right now I'm staying in a house which is, well, it's great. The problem is there's no heat in this house. There's no hot water heater. There's no fireplace. And of course, it's not mine. So I can't do as I choose here. But there's also the fact that I can't take care of myself. That disability money was so that I could take care of myself. Without it, I can't take care of myself. Every single time that I tried to turn in a police officer, I was either arrested or sent to a nuthatch, aka Funny Farm, also known as a behavioral health place. That's the thing that's disgusting right now. I also found out my brother, Rabbit, or Eric Schwartz, has been in jail because he got into a fight over another homeless man burning his camp to the ground. Yep. That's the life that we live. I would have loved to have my own place. I almost had my own place. But then I had to deal with Ken and Leah stealing all of my money. I went to Miss Peaches for help with that. And she verified that in the conversations that I recorded with her. Also, when I was speaking with Tabitha Michelle Cook in one of the conversations that I recorded with her, she admitted that I paid rent there, that I contributed, that I cleaned there every day. The monster you guys want to pretend I am is so far from the truth. But the fact is, being treated like I'm a financial burden because my money was taken away, because it was wasted going to court date after court date after court date for nothing to happen. That's disgusting. They shouldn't have dragged it on as long as they did. Every one of my public pretenders refused to do their job. Their job is to defend me, is it not? If they don't show up, how can they defend me? If all of the money that I need to take care of myself is being eaten up to go see people who don't show up, they're literally killing me. Now, all these places that I went for help, I went for specific help. Help that I asked for was so that I could get my disability money back, so that I could get an honest day in court, so that I could clear my name. Of course, I'm a male, and I'm white, and I'm broke, so I have no rights. Yes, I understand that I got white privilege. If I was a native or a black person or an immigrant, I probably would have been killed by police over what happened to Natalie. They never would have bothered to go catch Joseph Michael Lopez. They would have just shot me and called it a day. But the fact is, I've been abused because of my disabilities. And it's only a disability because of the abuse that I've had to go through. Right now, where I'm staying, the guy's broke as a joke. And it's not funny. He can barely take care of himself. And here I am living in his house, eating his food, drinking the water from his faucet. All because people who claimed that they would come forward just didn't care enough to actually do so. Miss Peaches never actually made any effort to do so. She could have spoken out on Facebook, but she didn't. I mean, to some small degree she did. I can't give her zero credit for that. She put some effort forward. But I shouldn't have had to record our phone calls. If she actually gave a shit about me, she would have been honest with those things from the start. Instead of me having to record them 8, 9, 10 months after the fact. The same thing with Aaron Cockerham. The same thing with Cara Rogers. See, that's the thing. These people didn't want to communicate effectively, which would require them listening. They wanted to go out of their way to assume and not listen, and they made their decisions based on assumptions. And all of these people took part in screwing me over severely. Some of them had that as a plan from the start. And some of them, well, they were just pissed off that I spoke up. Miss Peaches didn't like the fact that I said that she made zero effort. Well, she made zero effort to go in with me to speak to the police. And that is a fact. When we could have actually gone in to speak to the police, she made zero effort. None. Now, she helped in a lot of other areas, but the fact is that that's not help. Without her coming forward in public about what she knew, because the police wouldn't listen. And she admitted that in the videos that I recorded. And the media wouldn't listen. And she admitted that in the videos I recorded. Fuck the media and fuck the police. I have had to endure 2 years of abuse over this. I got people who harass me every fucking day. And as a result, I speak out. Alicia Bollinger should have told the truth. She chose not to. She chose to allow an innocent man to be victimized over and over and over and over because she has no conscience, just like the rest of her family. And then there's people who are pissed off at me because my page isn't entirely dedicated to Native Americans. Well, here's the thing. I want equal rights, not special rights. And I do 100% agree that Native Americans are screwed over more in the United States than most. But the homeless are even worse off. They have zero rights. It's illegal to be homeless. And then they throw the term mentally ill on top of it, and it makes it okay to do whatever the fuck they want. Who's they? That would be the police. the criminal justice system. And from what I've seen and what I've endured, yeah, the police are criminals. The public pretenders are criminals. And the judges are criminals. You are just a number. You're not a human being to your government. They don't give a fuck about you. It doesn't matter if you're native. It doesn't matter if you're black. It doesn't matter if you're white. It matters if you're broke. If you are broke, they will do whatever the fuck they want, and there ain't a goddamn thing you can do about it unless you have people willing to go in with you in person. And I had people who claimed that they were willing to, but when it came down to keeping their word, they didn't. Not one of them actually kept their word. Meanwhile, I have to endure this abuse for the rest of my life. You goddamn right I'm going to speak out. Alicia Bollinger deserves prison. I personally hope that she gets there. I hope that she is separated from her loved ones over the things that she did to me. I hope that she gets every bit of hell that I have endured over her fucking lies. And if you want to be pissed off because this isn't dedicated specifically to your group, you need to go back through. I stick up for homosexuals as well. If you got a problem with that, you can kiss my ass. I stick up for illegal immigrants. And if you got a problem with that, you can kiss my ass. The United States is a disgusting country. We do not have a criminal justice system. We have a system of taxing the poor to pay the rich. And why are we paying the rich with those taxes? Because they're heavily invested in the prison system and the jail system. The very system that they use to victimize the poor. Pills don't fix this shit. I should have been allowed to face my accusers. A person should never have to fear going to the police when they have a problem. A person should never have to fear retaliation from the police when they tell on a police officer for assaulting them. Fuck this goddamn country and fuck the police. If you think your group is the only one I care about, fuck you too. I care about humanity. That is the only group that I give a shit about. Actually, I can't say that honestly because I love animals. I love animals more than I love people. Especially dogs. Dogs are made of love. In order for me to heal up from the hell that I have gone through for the past 3 years, I need a place to do that. I need an income so I'm not a burden. You have any idea how shitty I feel that all of these places that I go to, that I'm eating their food? That makes me feel completely like shit. But I didn't go to those places for their food. I went to those places for the help that they promised. And when they didn't keep their word, that's not on me. But it still fucked me. And that's why I'm so incredibly pissed off at all these people for. For number one, not keeping their fucking word. And number two, for never coming forward. If you didn't keep your word because you were sick and in the hospital, then tell the courts that. If you didn't keep your word because your kid was sick and in the hospital, then fucking come forward with that. You fucking pieces of shit. Candace Bondurant especially.